Set to go in a rematch of what would come to be known later as the first Super Bowl. The Chiefs and Packers are underway.
This will make it into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
Gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now.
Preston Smith.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 29-yard line.
2nd and 11.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Flush to his right. Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play and gave up a bigger one instead. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
Mahomes complete to his tight end. It's Kelsey. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and
that last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Now Edwards-Helaire.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on 3rd down. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with the new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
No score.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And his throw is incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line.
4-yard line.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
Tyrann Mathieu on the tackle.
Back near the goal line. Here's Rodgers. And he hits his target, the tight end Lewis.
Complete to Mercedes Lewis. A 7-yard gain on the play.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Now 4th down.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th down with Rodgers. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
First down.
Well, partner, that was a heck of a play right there because there is no chance that he was the primary receiver on that play. Definitely checked it down to him and just said, please, help us out, make a play. And he does and delivers a 1st down.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 more there and another 1st down.
It's a gain of...
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job is a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
1st down, Packers.
On 1st down, Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
1st down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had a big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
4-yard line.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, Their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 24, Rodgers gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So first and goal now from the 7-yard line. To throw is Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Mercedes Lewis there to make the grab as his guys are first out of the scoreboard here this afternoon.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
The tight end Kelsey was the intended target, but now it'll be third down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And down to the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's second and 20. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaughan.
Kickoff for Kansas City.
So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. The 40, the 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Packers.
Rodgers.
Devontae Adams, 78 yards. And the Packers add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And this carries into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
At the 50-yard line.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. To try again after the sack. Mahomes, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. DeMarcus Robinson, the intended target on that one. And it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 15.
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And some room to work. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver read.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Packers.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Touchdown, Green Bay.
Aaron Jones, 57 yards. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
Their own 21-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
A third quarter action from Kansas City, 2nd down and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And they'll go back to Robinson. This time he's got him. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Mahomes now on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Now it's Mahomes again. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. On first down, Mahomes. And going deep for him. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 53 yards. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Got a man, it's Tanyan complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
17 yards. First down, Green Bay.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down again.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 44. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back.
At the 50-yard line.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield, here's Rodgers. On the crossing route, complete. It's Adams. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Hartman on the return. The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Flushed out right. And going deep for Hill. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Check 13. Easy. Watch the edge. Check. Watch the twist.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And my goodness, another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
Man, I've seen that play a couple of
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now this will make it into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 36. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6th one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. This one complete to Tanyan underneath. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Gain of a yard.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers looking deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one goes for 36 yards.
And a Packer first down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
56 to Mike. 56 to Mike. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. 56.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's Davante Adams hauling it in from Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Now this will make it into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. And going deep for Hill. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 52 yards. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far.
Kickoff for Kansas City.
And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. All touched it before it went 10 yards.
And that's so difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes you can just take a bad hop and veer into your lane or into your body. In this case, though, they touched it before 10. Illegal touching is the call.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 44.
Rodgers now on first down. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Tedrick Thompson picks it. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment.
Through an opening, and there he goes. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Number 17.
Devontae Adams, 82 yards. And the Packers add on to their lead. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8,
Rodgers.
are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good.
Packers.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
I got you. Hey, take 26. Mike, 44. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. 44.
Rodgers throwing here. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Watch the run. 56 is mine. 56 is mine. Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Rodgers now to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Oh, yeah. All right. Here we go again. Here we go again.
Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
88. 56. Check 56. Hey, watch the ball. 56 is mine. 56 is the mic. You got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. 56. 50. Hey, you block over here. 56. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies.
Rodgers looking to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
The Chiefs take over.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. DeMarcus Robinson, the intended target on that one. That'll bring up second down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. And they don't get the reception, incomplete. So now they're down to 17 seconds remaining. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Intended for Marquez Valdez.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
3rd down. And
working from the gun. Rodgers got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
It's a gain of 8, but it brings up 4th down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Even. 4 down. Even. Jim. Motion. 24 is the mic. I'm going to come back to you. Inside. 24 is the mic. Big stop. Boxing.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game.
Trying to go to work.
Today's final score.
don't know my name. I'll get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade.